Okay, so here's a quick tutorial on how to drop reload in the Gunzerk. Now, this tutorial is aimed towards mostly speedrunners, I guess, but if you want to just learn how to do this, then cool. But to make this, easier to understand, I'm just going to show you guys the inputs and how to do this, and then I'll go into the details on how it actually works and why, because it's kind of complicated. So if you've watched any of my recent videos, you'll see me drop and swap my weapons a bunch really fast to reload. And some of you are probably wondering, what the hell is going on, since this strat is pretty new. Firstly, I have an input display so you can see how I'm doing it, and my keybinds are drop is on Q. My weapon swap keys are 1, 2, 3, 4, and pickup is on scroll wheel. Scroll down. Now, you don't need pickup on scroll wheel. You can use E or something, but I just use scroll wheel to make it faster and easier. It also allows you to drop reload mid-air while moving, which is a lot harder if you're just spamming the inputs manually. Also, the faster your weapon swap speed is, the faster the strat works, so keep that in mind since you're, swapping. But I'm basically just swapping to my first two weapons, dropping and picking up my weapons 3 times until Gunzerk breaks, then swapping to my last two weapons with the number keys, and dropping and picking them up 3 times again, and then swapping back to your weapons. The swap button won't work, only the number keys, and you can do this over and over until Gunzerk runs out. Now, this sounds pretty easy, but the reason I'm able to do this is because my guns are set up in a very particular way. Now, if you've ever tried to drop your guns in Gunzerk before, you'll probably run into an issue where Gunzerk just breaks like this and nothing really happens. And the reason that actually happens is because when you drop your gun, Cell tries to equip another one, but if the game tries to equip your left-hand gun when it's already out and tries to put your left-hand gun in your right hand, that's what breaks it. So what you need to understand is how the weapon order works in this game. So let me try to explain. One thing is, have you ever save quit and loaded back into the game and wondered how the game decides what weapon to spawn in with? Well, it's always the second gun that you pick up and equip. So for example, if I drop my weapons and pick up the Shock Norfleet, Slag Norfleet, which is going to be my second weapon, and then just pick up the other ones, and if I save and load back in, I should spawn in with my Slag Norfleet, and this is going to work every time. And for example, if we change the weapon slots here, if let's say I drop my first weapon, that's going to turn my second weapon I picked up into my first, and then third into second, fourth into third, and then this one I just dropped is going to be my last one I picked up. So if I save, quit, and load in again, I should spawn in with my third weapon slot, which is the third or second gun I picked up. Hopefully that isn't too complicated. So that's basically how the weapon order works, and we take this knowledge and set up our weapons in a particular way so Gunzerk doesn't break when we want it to. And let me also show you how I set up my weapons, because that's probably important to know. I start by picking up the first two weapons I want to equip in order, and then drop and pick up once. Then I pick up the last two weapons in order, and then drop and pick up twice. And that's it. Your weapons are good to go, and you can drop reload in the Gunzerk when you swap to Norfleets and do the stuff. The setup is also really nice for cancelling Gunzerk at any time. So what you do is swap to your Norfleets and then just drop 3 times and it cancels pretty easy. And then to reset your gun setup again, just pick up your weapons in order. It'll be your first, third, and fourth guns always. Then drop and pick up twice, and you're good to go again with drop reloading again and cancelling Gunzerk. Now, keep in mind, you need to perform this, you need to be holding your first 2 guns. So for example, if I try to do the swap reloading with my 3rd and 4th guns out, it will break and not work. So you need to be holding your first 2 in order for this to work. Okay, I think that's about it. There is one more thing I should mention, and that's doing the inputs too fast. For example, after you do the first 3 drops, and if you then swap to your last 2 weapons and start dropping too fast before your weapons pull out, it'll mess up the order. For example, it just broke like that. It'll mess up the order. This happens easily if your swap speed is slower like this. You just need to wait for the guns to pull out and it should work. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If I ended up missing anything, which I definitely did, then just please leave a comment and I'll answer. I might even put something like in the description, I don't know. But yeah, see ya.